Holy shit, man.
What's up, buddy?
What's going on, dude?
Nothing, man.
I've been having a freaking cluster with this damn microphone. I think I got to update. Yeah, I think I might have to update my. I might have to update my sound thing. It's so old, dude. It's got one of those old school USB connections.
Oh, yep.
So
Yep.
might be about that time, buddy.
Might be. Dude, my eBay store is it's almost like a full-time job.
It's on fire, huh?
Yeah, it just doesn't it like I'm not saying this to brag or anything because it's not like I'm making millions, but like it's quite a bit. Just like I said, I got home and it's been nonstop.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat, dude. I got look. Just to give you an idea, this was just today.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I really could see how folks can do the buy raw, grade, sell, and make a tidy little profit, man. That'd be pretty good.
Yeah, even just the average collector just trying to buy some cards,
Yeah.
There's no shortage of buyers.
No, there isn't. Yeah, there's no shortage of buyers, and if you're selling, one of the things I've realized, Jordan will forever sell.
Yep.
Graded Jordan will forever sell. What's up, Bobby? Yep. Yeah, man. I took a page out of my man JD's book here, where I'll sit down for 30 minutes to an hour if I got a break throughout my day. I'll list like 10 cards, but then I'll do 3 to go live today, another 3 tomorrow, another 3 after that. So right now, I have from now until the end of this week, like 4 auctions going live every day. And so, that's just, it kind of has it constantly feathering in there. So that's been kind of my move there. So it helps me out because I got a pretty hectic, gnarly schedule. And it's kind of tough. And then the other thing that I did, JD, I was going to tell you about was even if I don't have time to sit down and list, what I'll do, like my kids are now, so I'm in full swing, bro, when it comes to the extracurricular activities right now. So my boys in baseball, my son's in breakdance, and my daughter's in soccer. So it's like we got practices, recitals, we got baseball practices, games, and all kinds of crap going on, dude. I mean, you know how that goes, bro.
Yep.
And the easiest thing for me to do sometimes, if I got a stack of cards that I think I'm going to list or that I want to list, I'll just go ahead and start snapping my pictures and keep them on my phone.
Yeah.
And then as I'm sitting down at batting practice or whatever, I'll just sit there and I'll start listing, 5, 10 cards or whatever at a time. But yeah, man, it's been pretty good, dude. I've been ripping a lot of wax too. Somebody corrected me. It's not wax anymore, but you know what I mean. I've been ripping product. And so I got a lot of nice rookie cards that, are not what I was looking for. So I got, I'm sitting on a pretty nice amount of rookie cards. So I got those listed, $1, $2, $3 cards, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And those have been moving pretty good too. But yeah, dude, graded Jordan, whew, man, forget about it.
Yeah, I don't, Bobby, I don't do, I don't need any like mass listing, whatever. Yeah. What I do is this, like, if I have graded cards, which I'm not going to have for a while, because I'm on the anti-grading kick now. But if I were, Mascot makes it mindless to list your cards.
Yeah, Mascot's pretty good. Yeah, shout out to Mascot.
But with raw cards, what I've actually found with raw cards, and it kind of is what it is, but there seems to be a way more interest in raw cards. And a lot of times, like, I'll ask people, like, "Oh, are you going to grade this?" And they're like, "Nah, I just keep them in one touches." And it's actually been very interesting, the amount of people that don't grade at all and just keep things raw. And I think I've probably talked about this 1,000 times in the last couple of months, but like I don't I just have a hard time right now with a lot of the cards of spending $19 to grade them.
Yeah.
And to get whatever, I don't know, it's just weird, you know what I mean? Like uh especially when it seems like for like the raw values are better,
Right.
you
Right.
know. So that's what I've been doing. Like my KG stuff, dude, the
All raw.
raw stuff, the raw stuff is I came home from my cruise. I had like 40 orders of cards.
For your raw
Like
stuff?
yeah, just
Yeah.
a couple of graded things finally sold. Not KG, but like just other stuff I've had. Uh, but just whatever. I mean, you can go on and on about it, but it's it's nonstop. It's nonstop, and it's great because it's been a few $100s a week every week,
Yeah.
which is perfect.
Yeah. Yeah. It ends up working out pretty good. I mean, that's dude. Speaking of grading, you mentioned you're on an anti-grading kick at the moment. Is that just because you don't feel like dealing with the nonsense? Like the juice ain't worth the squeeze, or what?
I just don't know if I think of. I'm at a point where I'm not sure that I have anything other than my Michael Jordan cards that
Mm,
are worth holding on to
mm,
for years at a time.
yeah, I'm with you.
You know, like I certainly love collecting cards, but I'm not sure like how do I want to describe it? Like I'm more interested in building like these smaller insert sets that I like
Right.
versus just having all kinds of cards, you know? And like
Having a
one
bunch of
thing I
random stuff.
yeah, and like one thing I realized was like having all these like KG cards, while I love KG and will forever love KG, I have 4 goddamn boxes full of Kevin Garnett cards,
And it's all random shit, right? It's like, yeah, I'm the same
you
way with
know?
Elijah.
Um, and I watched our boy over on our sister channel, Big Scott 35.
Shout out to
Um,
Big Scott.
love Big Scott. Everybody needs to check out Big Scott's channel too. Subscribe to it's Big B with the number 1G Scott 35. Um, he just did a video on Saturday that I was catching up on, and like he doesn't like get upset or anything ever, and he was pretty disgusted with the whole grading thing and whatnot. And I'm saying to myself, why? What? Like I'm at this point where like driving up and down the east coast of the United States for in the last 2 weeks here, going south and then coming back north. I had
Yeah.
a lot of time to listen to podcasts and ponder things and this, that, and the other thing. And it really got me thinking, like, if you don't hit a PSA 10, you're pissing away $19 every single time.
Yeah.
That's the only thing that's really worth money in a modern card, right?
Right. Right.
A high grade vintage card, I'm not unless I somehow got lucky. Like I'm not getting that. So everything I'm
Right.
dealing with will be low grade, right? So all right, well if I get vintage, I'll just grade it with SGC because it's $15 and I can get it back quick. I don't have to sit around and wait. You know what I mean? So I can send a couple cards to Bobbles, move on with my life, have it
Right.
back in a few weeks and whatever, right?
Right.
Now, the other stuff that I have, like I if I want to get it graded, I think as I go here with some of these sets, they're not huge.
Right.
Uh, I might just grade them, but when I'm looking to, I'm very curious. I've just made a couple of purchases for the first time this year on a couple of baseball prospects, and I'm gonna keep them raw.
Mm.
and I want to see. All right, I paid X.
Here's what
What's
it
up,
looks like.
man?
Right.
And I want to see what, if I paid 10, can I sell it for 20
Right. Raw.
raw?
Right.
Which I know I can. I mean, this is
Right.
this is what I used to do back in the early 2000s, mid 2000s. Like, this is what I would buy boxes of cards, waste my money on that shit, list all the shit on eBay. And this was back before eBay had all these like new features where they make it pretty easy for you to list. Like, it was like time consuming crap.
Right.
And I would list every, $1, 50 cents, whatever. And that's how I just turned that stuff over. And every, once a year I'd hit like a Bowman Gold out of a box, and,
Right.
I'd be able to sell that thing for 50, 60 bucks. And I'd be like, yeah, that's why I buy that box.
That's why I did.
Let me shell out like $5,000 more this year for more.
Right.
Crap,
Exactly. For
you
one
know?
$60 card.
Yeah. Like, way to go, dummy. But like, to me, like, it's just getting back to just kind of like grinding and having fun and doing whatever. And I talk with Bobbles a lot now, and Negatron, because they're Bobbles is full-time reselling clothes and everything, dude. Like,
right. He's doing the whole
trinkets,
thing.
toy trains. Like, my man is killing it.
Yeah, he's doing really good.
And Negatron is out there bringing negativity to that space, but like, he's doing really well too.
He's doing it too. Yeah.
So in a negative kind of way, but like,
he's negatively doing really well.
But like, I've been doing some of that too, because again, I want that cash flow to keep coming. I need that. I want that. You know what I mean? Like, that's what I'm looking for.
The churn.
So we'll see what's up.
Yeah.
We'll see what's up.
Yeah, I kind of feel the same way about grading right now, because I just got back my Jordan sticker sub, which I was not expecting to do well on.
This is the greatest quote ever right here, and it's spot on.
For rare, high demand cards and paperweights. Yep.
It's spot on, Hobby Champs.
Yeah, that's what I mean. To your point, if you're not hitting a 10, you're losing money.
Yeah,
because even raw prices right now are priced right around PSA 9s.
Yeah,
PSA 8s, PSA 9s. If you're not getting a 10, then you can absolutely forget about it.
Yep.
And you're gonna get beat up, man. You're gonna get kicked in the nuts. I know that I'm gonna get kicked in the nuts on this Shengun sub that I sent in.
Yeah,
but
you see, I got some Shenguns I want to grade. And I'm kind of at the point. I mean, I guess I just send them to PSA, because they are flips. But like, if they get the 9, it's a waste of my time. And I just send them to you at that point.
Yeah, I just listed a bunch of Shengun stuff, like a lot of my lower end stuff. I listed, and dude, PSA 9s are just. I mean, people are just throwing just some of the most ridiculous offers out there for PSA 9. It doesn't even make sense.
Now, let me ask you a question. You ever been to Buc-ee's?
Have I been to Buc-ee's? I noticed the hat, by the way. I was gonna
like that.
Dude, Buc-ee's is the greatest gas station in the world.
In the world.
Period. Full stop. There's nothing. No contestants. No. Nothing.
A couple years ago, when we were making our trek down to Disney World, everybody in the car is hungry as shit, and I'm like, all right, we'll pull over and we'll go to, there's a McDonald's, whatever, blah blah blah. Well, I didn't realize in stupid Florida, like, things close at 8:00, so I was like, what the hell, like, where am I? So I'm driving down the road now. My wife's bitching at me, the kids are bitching, everybody's bitching, and I'm like, Jesus Christ, it's the first goddamn day of vacation. Like, total Griswold. And I'm driving, and all of a sudden, dude, this Buc-ee's sign appears out of the dark night.
Yeah. The beaver pops up out of nowhere.
Yeah. I'm like, oh, look at that place has got food. It looks like it's open. I'm like, holy shit, it lit up the whole goddamn coast. So we pull in there. Greatest discovery I ever made.
Dude, oh man. Like all you guys are late to the Buc-ee's train because we live in Texas. That's where it came from. It's the best place in the world, man.
Oh, dude. So let's check this out. I forgot to tell you this. So when the hell was this? Friday morning? Saturday morning?
Mm-hmm.
Saturday morning in South Carolina. The Buc-ee's in Florence, South Carolina, dude. We stop in to get coffee, breakfast, whatever.
Yeah.
Some hillbilly must have like lost his pig or something, was misbehaving, and the sheriff, dude, the sheriff wasn't having it.
Oh,
Fucking
I bet.
tased his ass, bro.
Really?
Right at the fucking brisket counter. I was like, my kids
The
were like,
brisket counter?
I was like, damn. Fucking lit this dude up. My kids were like, Dad, is that guy gonna die? I'm like, you just learned a valuable life lesson. They're like, what's that? I'm like, that's called F around, find out, baby.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
like,
right. That's right.
that guy was not playing around this morning.
And this was where? Where did this happen?
At Buc-ee's.
Oh, at
dude.
Buc-ee's. No, but which one though?
Inside in Florence, South Carolina.
Okay. Yeah, Buc-ee's is the best.
Like 8 o'clock in the morning.
What's a better rip? 1,000 NBA Prism blasters or a hobby? If you're talking about this year, Ian, dude, I've been watching because I've been tempted to pick up a box of Prism, this year's Prism, just to, I mean, because you hit a Wemby, hobby box. You hit a Wemby color, it's it's over.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But anyway, the thing, I mean, you know me, I'm half simple, so I'll buy retail, but I mean, I'll buy product. Yeah. But man, dude, I've been watching a bunch of people ripping stuff. There's folks that are getting, because you're guaranteed 2 autographs. There's folks that are getting no autographs.
Yeah, you were saying that, or dude, no? Someone posted that in your group.
It's insane, bro. So one of the channels I like watching is Run Good Life because he rips a lot of products. So that's kind of one of my barometers that I like watching whenever new products out and I'm curious about the product. He'll be most likely rips it. And dude, he got one of the most brutal boxes I've ever seen, bro. Got shafted on both autographs. Didn't get a single autograph, and just just the worst. Just all his color was veterans. He got maybe one rookie silver that was like some 38 round draft pick or something. Dude, it was just, dude. Yeah, see, Ian knows what's up. He probably watched that. Dude, I felt so bad for him, bro. So bad. Like, usually I feel all right because I know most of these guys are going to make some money back from the YouTube revenue, especially a guy like Run Good Life because he's got a pretty good subscription, and he'll make a few bucks, Bro, he took it on the chin, bro. Like, it was so bad. I suggest everybody go watch that video, like it, and comment and subscribe and stuff like that, just so you can get some engagement on it. Because, dude, he got murdered.
Have you heard or read anything or seen anything on the Anthony Richardson scandal?
So I saw that Dan the Card Man did a video on it. And so did Sports Card Radio, and a couple other places did the video on it. But apparently, somebody submitted the card to be graded. PSA denied it. He rejected it because it wasn't an authentic signature. And then that just threw. I mean, it threw everything into question at that point, right? So it's like, what's going to happen, And I haven't dug into it since. But once I saw that, I was like, man, that's some tough.
I was listening to that, and I'm like, how does that happen, right? Like, I get, like, you're Anthony Richardson, and it's like, hey, Omar, sign my shit.
Come help me sign some cards, bro.
You know what I mean? Like, you're on my payroll, sign my shit. But like, how Panini, like, on the back of those stupid cards, it says witnessed, and the president,
I'm telling you, bro. Like, once something like that happens, it's the Pandora's box, right? It's like pulling the yarn, right? And the whole fucking sweater unravels. That's what's going on in this situation, right? Where it's like, these guys are just, the same thing happened with the Dak Prescott scandal with the signing machine.
The pen.
Yeah, the pen machine or whatever. It's like, you can't sit there as a company. And listen, let's face it, right? Panini's on their way out, bro. They got maybe 6 to 8 months left where they're going to be viably in business as Panini America.
Yeah, but they just signed again, like, not that it's huge, but they just signed the golf. Like, they just did a whole big deal. I know it's golf, but that's the same thing you can say about F1.
No, but I get, but Topps has F1 though. But what I'm saying is,
what I'm saying is, it's not like they're dead. They're still doing crap.
Okay, I mean maybe so, but what I'm saying is that Panini America as a whole, what Panini America was 10 years ago is going to be just non-existent, right? I mean,
right.
You're losing the major license. They just lost WWE, right? WWE signed back with Topps. And it's just they're done, bro. Like they're done. I mean, they're
I don't disagree. Like, I know what you're saying, but it's like they're still being able to sign deals with these.
I get that.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, so but look, Panini Leaf is looking at Panini and tapping the seat next to him, like telling him, "Hey, buddy, come have a seat. You're on our level now. You're Leaf wild card, upper deck. Maybe even upper deck's got a maybe upper hand on that, but they've been relegated to Leaf status. That's where they're at, right? I mean, they got nothing.
Let me ask you a question. Speaking of old upper deck, I did not realize this because I kind of shut off the release this year of Series 1 and 2 just because I knew with Connor Bedard coming in it, everybody was gonna, like, it would just be insane. But you used to get like 192 cards out of a hobby box of upper deck hockey.
Mm-hmm.
They've now cut that down by, like, you're getting 144. So whatever that math is, I have no idea. 48?
Yeah.
No. Yeah, I don't know.
Cut
48 cards less?
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
And the person I was listening to, like, talk about this was, like, ripped. And I was like, well, they've also increased, like, so hockey, like, I know you just became a diehard hockey fan last year live on your channel.
Yeah. Fertitta's bringing back a team to Houston, so I might have to. Who? Fertitta?
Who's that?
The Fertitta brothers. Do you know who the Fertitta brothers are?
No, they own
Buc-ee's. Like, they own Las Vegas, like the Fertitta brothers.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, one of the brothers.
They're gonna put a hockey team.
So he's the one that owns the Rockets right now.
Do you do a lot of ice skating in Houston?
No.
Yeah, you know what I could see you doing is, like, getting up at 6 a.m, putting on your rollerblades with a fanny pack and, like,
going out,
some neon headphones and shit, and skating down the road and, like.
Listen, inline skating is great cardio, by the way. Just so we're clear here, all right? If that's what I got to do to get my heart rate up to 130 beats per minute for a steady duration of 30 minutes.
30 minutes.
I'll make it happen, bro. There's no shame in my game.
Upper deck decreases the amount of cards you're going to get out of a hobby box.
Oh shit, Ziggy's in the house. What's up, Ziggy?
They generally don't do autographs. And then they've added some new parallels to what has traditionally been, like, maybe like 5, which has always been, like, I felt like very popular and, like, pretty cool because, like, there's only going to be these few different, there's a French, there's a clear cut, there's a high gloss, there's an exclusives, and you move on with your life. And there's a rainbow foil, I think. Now there's like a few other parallels. And the guy was basically going on about how it, like, pissed him off. He was getting less cards and this and that. But, like, I don't know. Like, I think they're printing so much of it that the guy's, like, I get where he's pissed because he's missing 50 cards.
He's getting less cards. Yeah.
Those of you that have ripped hockey in the chat, most of it's crap anyway. So
yeah.
You get your 6 young guns and you move on with your life because nobody else really collects anything. It's a strange, like, thing.
Well, it's the same thing with Donruss, right? So I just ripped a ton of Donruss basketball, right? And it's like if you watch the video, a video will be out this week where I'm just like literally I'll open up a pack. Pack's got 10 cards in it. It's like base, 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 base. Toss them to the side. Here's my rookie. Here's my insert. Here's my laser. Right? Like that's like I'm not here for the base. You know what I mean? Like I'm gonna give the base to the kids. Like I don't really care. Like I got a stack. You know what I mean? Like I got stacks of base here. Like I'm not doing anything with this. Like out of those 3 big old stacks, like here are my rated rookies. Like this is what I want.
Right.
You know what I mean? And occasionally one of those lasers ends up being a laser rated rookie, in which case you're like, all right, that's pretty sweet. You know, or I get something like this, like a big Shengun card that's, you know, PC for me and nobody else in this world. You know, because let's face it, nobody's going to collect Shengun after 2021, 22, right? Nobody's going to give a shit about Shengun. Everybody's going to be after their rookie cards, unless you're a big Shengun fan. He's your PC, then you're going after everything. But yeah, that's the same thing with Donruss. Donruss is the same way. It's just like base, 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 base.
Yeah. Well, it's a cheap product, right?
Yeah, of course. That's the beauty of it.
Do you always, when you go to Walmart or Target or whatever, you have you pick up a box of something every time?
I'm looking every time. Every time that I go, I'm looking. Now,
the shelves in my Targets and Walmarts are bare.
Oh, dude, mine are to the brim.
Product.
Mine are to the brim, and it's funny. It's funny because it goes by demographic, right? So, like, if I'm like in my side of town, shelves are like all the good stuff's gone. But like, if I go to like the other side of the tracks, that's like, you know, I'll get there. I was like, oh man, shelves are fully stocked, hangers, blasters, value packs. Oh yeah, everything's there. Everything's there. Nobody in the hood gives a shit about baseball, basketball cards. I mean, like, the people over there, like literally the Walmart that's right next to like affordable housing. It's like, really, you know, these people are like barely scraping by. You know what I mean? They're not going to be out there buying cards. You know, 27 pieces was one auto. It was several. It's not Panini's fault. The players are playing. So here's the thing, Ziggy. I agree with you.
I think it's both. I agree.
I think it's both. But I think at the end of the day, it's Panini putting their seal on the back of that card that says, we witnessed this.
Yeah.
And we, Panini, are selling you, the consumer, the product. And here's our seal of trust and faith that says that we watched Prescott sign this, or some representative from our company watched Prescott sign this. So while I agree that there's a little bit of blame to go around on both sides, I'd probably say it's 30-70, right? It's 70 Panini and 30 Prescott, because, you know, Prescott piece of shit for not wanting to sign his own stuff, or Prescott piece of shit for not wanting to, you know, satisfy his contractual obligations, right? That's kind of shitty on his end. But then again, he's a professional athlete. He probably doesn't give a shit. Like, sue him, whatever. What are you gonna sue him for? A couple $1,000? And then on the flip side, it's Panini. Panini is the one that has everything to lose when it comes to their reputation and really ultimately, how much weight does that verbiage on the back of the card that says Panini America witnessed him do that? Because clearly he didn't. They didn't. Or clearly they knew and they didn't care and they were hoping it was just going to skate by, but we'll see. Waiting for Fanatics to compute that license. So Leaf is still, I think it says Leaf is still around. Panini will still be around for years, waiting for Fanatics to puke out the licenses. I don't think Fanatics is ever going to let go of those licenses. Michael Rubin has way too much money. Michael Rubin has way too much money.
So unless Fanatics goes belly up,
which it never will. And let me tell you this. This is the other thing that people don't realize, or people don't really think about too much. And I said this a lot whenever Fanatics first entered the chat a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, is that Fanatics is already in bed with the Associated Players Associations, right?
Right.
With each individual players association, Fanatics is they are the manufacturing leg of getting all the jerseys made and all that stuff. Like, they're already in bed with all the PAs. There's no way that they're losing those licenses because they're already in bed with the PAs. The PAs is what manage those licenses. The league doesn't. The league has something to do with it, but it's really down to the PAs of each one of those organizations. And
Sure.
Fanatics is already making them billions of dollars a year, which in turn makes the league billions of dollars a year. They're not going anywhere. I think Fanatics is going to hold those licenses from now until you and I are 100 years old, bro. Like that, they're not letting them go. Topps had it since 1952, and that's because Topps was in bed with the MLBPA. Like
Right.
all these things are.
Topps also had. There was also competition for a number of years.
Yeah,
You know what I
Upper
mean?
Deck was the big one.
But I don't see. Although have you seen anything with the baseball stuff right now? With like the players bitching about the uniforms Fanatics is giving them. Like,
No,
just shit, cheap shit.
Trash manufacturing.
Yeah. Like see-through pants. Like you can see guys junk in the games and when they're stretching and what. Yeah.
And that's recent. That's baseball though. Recently.
Yeah, that's just like right now. Yeah.
Putting the seal on the card for years. Ping is not the only one. Fanatics
Yeah,
fake Babe Ruth
right,
auto last year.
secretary auto. Yep. I do.
Yeah, but that's
remember that.
another one. Like that's another one you got to be like weary about, right? Because there's a difference between saying that you saw somebody do something, and there's the other thing that says, "Oh, we think this to be authentic," right? Because let's face it, nobody in Panini or nobody in Fanatics saw Babe Ruth sign anything, right? I don't think anybody
Right.
that's alive that can remember or that doesn't have slight dementia saw Babe Ruth sign anything, right?
Yeah, you should if you're doing something like that. In all honesty, it should be going to PSA or BGS or whatever JSA
yeah,
to get authenticated.
yeah,
Then put it in as a redemption.
yes,
You know what I mean?
Agreed.
That takes all of the whatever out of it. Like as long as there's in any type of manufacturing or whatever, there's always going to be errors, right? It's just where in this little space that we're all in and talk about and give each other shit about and whatever. We only care about it because we're spending our hard-earned cash,
Right.
and we want that opportunity to be able to either get autos or get this or get that or have the opportunity in my head that I'm going to do whatever potentially. And when that doesn't come to fruition, or it's fake, or it's this, or it's that, or pet products getting that, it's no different than peddling drugs. You know what I mean? Like the cartels send the drugs to where the people are buying it. You know what I mean? Like it's the same thing with cards, man. They're sending that shit to the breakers where people are buying it. It whatever, like it is what it is, and that's why I think like this comment.
Yeah, that's where it's at.
Right? If you stick to shit that is out of the purview,
yeah,
hey, whatever.
You pan out a little bit better.
And Ziggy's right. This Fanatics is just after the IP. He's exactly right.
Yeah, the reason why, they absolutely want the IP. But for Fanatics, it's just it's a matter of like they're already controlling a lot of the market. You know what I mean? Like the big thing that I feel like Fanatics really liked about the prospect of doing the cards was that they're like, wait a second, we already have a marketing budget for all this shit, right? And cards hasn't been marketed since the late 80s, so a little bit of marketing and it becomes a $10 billion business, right? Like as opposed to no marketing and it's like a couple $100 million business. And it's just like, they don't care. They care about the business side of things. And for them, it makes sense. And that's the reason. That's the only reason why I'm somewhat positive on Fanatics is because the infrastructure that's there, like everything that they have. Like, did you see the videos going on about the Rip Night? Or
like the parties and whatever.
Dude, freaking James Harden's there, like Steve Aoki's there, like all these big players are all there. And it's like, when did you see that from Panini, like ever?
Or right? Like, but in Panini's, not to defend them, but in their defense, Topps never did that shit. Upper Deck, none of these guys ever did that stuff.
Yeah, that's my point.
So like the bigger thing that I think really needs to be taken away from all this is the hobby exploded, and while there has been a retraction of
It's
people that are still collecting cards, there's way more people that are
yeah.
still collecting, and there are way more people coming in daily. Like,
Yes, daily
if that wasn't the case, those things wouldn't be packed with people. You know what
yeah,
I mean? And I think
for
what
sure.
Fanatics does by bringing these athletes now, because they have a little bit more cash or stake in the game,
Pool,
now they
yeah,
get to go and interact, and it helps their brand. And everybody's about their brand and whatever.
right,
And kids are going to grow up, especially the athletes are going to grow up from a young age now about their brand because of the NIL stuff.
right,
It's just part of the process. So if you
right,
understand, it's like anything, follow the dollar.
right,
But if you
100%.
follow the dollar, you'll understand it all. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like,
yeah, and to your point, right? It's like, hey, man, the next time you find out about one of these rip nights, and then you find out it's right down the street from you, you're
right,
telling
I'll
me you're
go.
not going?
Right,
Exactly,
right.
exactly. So you're talking about. I mean, you just said it, right? The big upswing, right? The market blew up, everything went nuts, and then it retracted, right? But it still left some residual, right? Some residual people that stuck around, and so the way that Fanatics is looking at it is going, man, we got awesome marketing. With our marketing, we'll just keep bringing these people in. We'll just keep bringing these people in.
Yep,
Jeez.
yep. He's 100% Ziggy,
Oh,
like
this is
100%.
yeah. So
Like,
leave that comment up because
yep,
that's a perfect segue, and this is something that I sent a message to Ziggy about. Is like one of the things I've been wanting to do more on the channel is open more product, and even with having conversations with a wholesaler and somebody who can get me product like at wholesale prices and stuff like that. Uh dude, getting product is absolutely ridiculous. The amount of hoops that these guys have to jump through in order to
yeah,
get product. Like this new Prism, for example. This new Prism, they were running a special. Like there were some specials that were being run. It's like where you got to buy all of this junk. Like we have this list, right, of junk stuff.
yeah. You gotta buy like the Prestige and
You gotta
whatever
buy.
else. And,
You gotta.
yeah,
Hey, you gotta buy 1920 NBA hoops
yeah,
premium blaster boxes. Oh, and by the way, you need to buy them for $24 a box. When on eBay they're going for like $12 a box. So you have to buy X amount of dollars of all this dog shit product in order for us to be able to allocate you one box
yeah. So
of
that's
Prism Hobby. So I'm getting somewhere with this, right? Because the reason why all that is because they're not letting just anybody get product. They're feeding product to these big breakers, right? Because these big breakers are buying it up by the caseloads, right? They're buying up and they're selling out their breaks like hotcakes, bro. They're selling out their cakes like, and these guys are making money hand over fist, the breakers, right? And so Fanatics or Panini or whoever has zero incentive to make product readily available to the masses because it has to go to the guys that are gonna sell it, that are gonna buy it, and they're gonna sell out it. And then it leaves nothing for the rest of us. Good luck getting your hands on a hobby box for under $1,000 when the suggested retail price is closer to like 400, 500.
sure.
And it's insane, bro. That's insane.
Yep.
And it's all because of these breakers. These breakers are screwing anybody who wants to buy product because they're the biggest consumer because they break it down into smaller pieces even though they're making big money on them and start selling them out. And I just to anybody who wants to break product, you're shit out of luck. Good luck with that. You know?
Yeah. Wait, and I get that, but I also say, like, you as the collector speak with your wallet versus whatever. You know what I mean? Like,
Mhm.
so you got to decide. You know what I mean? Do I want to join? Like, I work with one of my buddies. He loves breaks. He's like, dude, I look at this shit I hit in the break. Da 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 da,
Right.
whatever.
Right.
I'm like, bro, for that amount of money you just spent, you could have bought and got your Brady because he's a big football guy.
Right.
Yada yada yada.
Yeah.
Like, you could have got some nice Brady's. You could have got some nice whatever. And you coming out of it with a Zay Flowers and then like some, what
Yeah.
Like what? You know what I mean? Like, so, like, but again, in this country, we love gladiators and we love gambling.
Well, okay, that's right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like that's what we like. And it's like Ziggy's spot on. Like Fanatics is just doing what McDonald's did for food. You know what I mean? They're making it readily available
Yeah.
everywhere you
accessible.
possibly can for cheap and whatever. You know what I mean? Like, but I will say this, like one of my favorite products to rip I only buy a couple of boxes a year. And one that I always buy is Bowman Draft each December. This year's Bowman Draft was so expensive. I was like, what? Like I'd
Yeah.
have to hit like going back to my decades quest of like Bowman Chrome golds
Yeah.
and shit.
You get that gold, that $150 gold.
I could go back to 2012 to get my last gold though. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
I'm not dropping 750. That's I don't know
Yeah.
what it is, but it's
Right.
certainly not worth my time in a hobby box.
The car note.
You know, even the tops now, like I'm looking at the tops, the Series 1, I usually buy a jumbo of Series 1. Dude, 250, 260 on a
Dude,
for what? You
and
get
then
one auto?
oh
One
man,
auto,
and
maybe?
I'm with you, dude. And then the other thing too, and that's if you get your auto. I mean, like, let's, well, maybe Tops is a little bit better about that, but dude, somebody sent me a video. I can't remember who posted it. Somebody posted it. I can't remember who it was, but there was a video, dude, where they were just literally loading up. I think it was Fanatics Live. Fanatics Live, I think is what it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, Fanatics Live. They were just loading up boxes upon boxes upon boxes of Topps Chrome or Topps Series 2, I think, or something.
Series 1 just came out.
Series 1. Okay, Series 1 just came out. Yeah. And they were just, they were just loading up box after box after box after box, and these breakers were just ripping, ripping. And there was stacks, dude, stacks, and they're just ripping, they're just ripping. And I'm thinking to myself, man, that's insane. Like, that's who they're feeding this product to, not to the collectors, not to the people who like you who would love to buy a box, right?
Right.
One box, maybe a couple $100.
Yep.
What incentive do they have to lower the price to a couple of $100 so that a couple knuckleheads like you and I could buy a box from time to time, when they can just keep selling it for $800 a pop to these breakers, and these breakers are going to split up slots, 10 slots at $100 a piece or $150 a piece,
Right.
make $1,500 on the box, and then just rip it on camera. Like, people don't understand that if they would just stop buying into breakers go away, and the manufacturer has no other incentive than to drop the price so that we can buy product. But it'll never happen that way.
We don't. Our society, dude, is based on gambling, on more gambling. You know what I mean? So like it's in our DNA. Like people just can't help themselves. It is what it is. You know what I mean? It is what it is. I'm just thankful that I have long since got rid of my urge to rip, hobby boxes and things like that. It's like I said, if I get one, I get one. Great. If I don't, well, I'm not at all upset about it, and I'm certainly not dropping big time cash. You know what I mean? Not
right.
on a box. I could have bought a box of exquisite basketball like 13, 14 years ago.
Look at this, dude.
$500.
Look at these guys. Just
stacks
and stacks of product. And the dude's
there's no even enjoying that. It's just
nothing, bro. It's robots.
Move everything to the side.
They're just robots. They're literally just robots.
That's exactly what it is, dude.
Just opening products. Robots just opening products.
Yep.
It's insane, bro. Like, that's all it is. It's just a bunch of robots opening products, and it's like
drinking Red Bulls.
Yeah, drinking. Dude, the Bless Brothers they sent an IV drip service to one of their breakers because the guy went for 30 hours straight ripping Prism product.
Yeah.
Like
how
exactly? How and how much? How much of that did he break? How many cases of Prism product did he rip?
How many paper cuts did he have on his damn fingers?
Oh, dude, yeah, just insane, man. It's just insane. It
I
makes me
just
sick.
drove like 1,400 miles, and I was exhausted, and all I did was sit there. You know what I mean? Like, I could never do that. I could never do that. I did establish this week that I could not be a long haul truck driver. So that job
Oh,
is
really?
out. It's out for
Yeah,
me.
yeah. That's not a retirement path for you.
No, nope. It's 100% out. You know what
Well,
I mean?
let me ask you this though. Let me ask you this because you had your whole family in the car, right? Wife
Yeah.
and 4 kids, right?
Yep.
So if it would just be because that's like it's funny you say that because that's one of the things that I've always thought about doing. Like once I'm 60, it's a wrap, son.
Yeah.
I'm quitting everything. Hopefully, house paid off by then. A couple $100,000 in some account somewhere, just marinating. I'm buying a big rig sleeper, and me and the old lady are just coast to coast, baby.
Yeah, but I mean, are you talking about like a motorhome, like a Class A, or are you
No,
talking
no.
about like a Mack truck?
I'm talking about a Class C, Class A, 18-wheeler with
yes.
with a cab on it, with a sleeper.
So I don't have any, like, at 60 years old. Why am I buying an 18-wheeler? What am I doing with it?
You're hauling loads across the country.
Yeah,
Getting paid to do
at
it.
60.
Yeah, of course.
I don't want to be doing that at 60.
Shh, man, you get the
Now,
flower?
if you told me like, hey, you can have this nice ass motorhome.
Okay, but
right.
what I'm saying is with the motorhome, so what I would be doing is buying basically a motorhome that can haul a 52-foot container that I can get paid to haul, right? So I'll haul it from one side of the coast to the other, make a couple of grand, park it, chill, run around the little town or whatever, and then pick up another load and head the other way and pick up loads and just cross the country, dude. Just get to see things and you know what I mean? Until I hit all 50 states, you know?
What the hell is this?
What's Kenny talking about? Have you seen the prices singles go for? It's a slab going for more than PSA slabs.
ISA slabs.
ISA slabs. What's ISA slabs?
On what?
ISA?
That's that dude, Jason Kuntz.
Oh, is that the card trimmer?
Yes.
Why does he have a grading company?
He's owned ISA for a long time.
Has he really?
Yeah.
Why don't I know about ISA?
Because you know, I don't know. I don't know, Kenny. I mean, listen, man, there's just people just don't know. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Dude, I don't know what to say to that.
Speaking of deals like that, shout out to Canadian Chris, by the way. He hits me up from time to time.
Maple Fade, what'd he do?
Dude, Maple Fade made a killer trade, is what he did. Dude, he bought a gold label, Topps Gold Jordan. Some oddball Canadian grading company called KSA. Have you ever heard of them?
Oh yeah, KSA is legit.
Yeah. But it's Canadian. Like,
yeah, that's like the BGS of Canada.
Yeah, it's like,
yeah, whatever.
Dude buys this gold. I hope he doesn't mind me sharing this. I don't think he will. Dude, killer card. Just a killer card. Gold label. What do you think he paid for that?
$50.
$40. $40, bro. Really? PSA 9s are going for 160, 140.
Yeah, dude, Canada, I'm telling you right now, if people were smart, they'd stop buying cards in America.
They'd start buying them in Canada. Dude,
with you can go up to Canada with $500. I'm telling you right now, and hang out with Maple Fade and come home and have your whole shit for the year.
Just
and
kill it.
Make it killing.
Yeah. And when he sent me that, I was like, what? I'm like, I need to tell him if he sees any good Elijah deals out there, he needs to let me know.
They're out there, dude.
Oh, I'm sure they're out there.
You should have seen the shit he almost had. This old ass vintage collection of Babe Ruth Gowdy crap and like Lou Gehrig. Dude, he was sending me pictures, like calling me. He's like, dude, he almost finagled one of the greatest card deals in the history of
And what
card.
happened? What happened?
The two brothers out in the middle of nowhere, Canada, decided that like they didn't want to take his offer, and he made a really good offer, dude. Like,
What?
yep,
I gotta hang
yep.
around his circles, man. I don't know what he's
Dude,
doing up there.
Maple Fade is the greatest Canadian outside of like Wayne Gretzky there is.
Oh, for sure. Oh, speaking of Wayne Gretzky, he was telling me about because I was asking him, I'm like, what the hell's KSA? And he's like, oh, it's some Canadian grading company. And he's like, dude, I've been buying KSA slabs for like forever. He goes,
Yeah,
I bought a Wayne Gretzky rookie OPG,
yep.
right? What is it, 79, right?
Yeah.
79 OPG.
Yeah.
In a KSA 7.5, right? Cracks it, sends it to PSA. He gets a 7, increases the value of the card like $5,000.
By 5, yeah, hell yeah. Yep.
Dude, I was like,
Yep.
what?
Yep. Yep.
So now I'm on eBay like searching for KSA stuff, and it's like none of it's popping up. But
what you got to do is you got to send him money. And then you got to, so like if I'm not joking when I say this to everybody in the chat. If you tell Maple Fade who you like and send him some cash,
he'll keep a
let
lookout.
him go out and do his thing.
Yeah,
and then send it to you.
Yeah. That might
I'm
be
telling
the
you
move,
right now.
That might
You
be the
do
move.
not lose. You do not lose.
That might be the move. I might have to do that. Because dude, some of the stuff and then he's a basketball guy too, right? So he was showing me some of the Shingun stuff he was picking up, and I was like, fuck, man. Like, you paid how much for that card?
Yep.
GMA is another interesting one. I've cracked a couple of GMAs, the new ones, the new black label GMAs.
Yeah.
I crossed them over to SGC, and they're pretty on par with whatever they're like. Their 9s crossed over to 9. I had 1 9 cross over to a 9.5.
I mean, let me ask you a question. How hard do you think it is to grade a card?
How hard?
Yep.
I wouldn't imagine it's too hard. I mean, majority of those metrics are all finite, right? Like, I mean, they're numbers, right? It's like centering is a mathematical number.
There's no regulation on it. There's no certificate program. It's just, honestly, it's like in the back of a van, some guy teaching you how to do something, and off you go, little buck. You know what I mean?
What's interesting is that for everything else in the world, one of the greatest things to have is an ISO certification. I don't know if you're familiar with that.
What is it?
ISO. So ISO is an organization that basically sets standards, right? So like whatever the standards are. So like if you're like a I don't know, let's say in oil and gas, it was really big because there was a lot of oil and gas regulations that you had to build stuff to a certain standard. And if you had ISO certifications, then you were certified, like you were ISO certified. That means that you uphold standards, right? And they do it for everything, right? From like bridge building to boat building to everything. There's an ISO certification. There's an ISO standard for a lot of things out there. And there should be something like that for grading.
For grading.
Yeah, but there isn't. So everybody gets to do what they want to do.
Yep.
I'm gonna dig deep, dude, because I had a PSA.
So hang on, I'm not done.
Go ahead.
So that's my point. When you look at all these other, like Kenny G's bringing up some great classic stuff here, right? I mean, back in the day, there was like you know who we got to have on here is friggin' Refractor Jones, if he's not in the chat or whatever. But Refractor's got all the knowledge. But like, he could like legit. I bet you $1 million. Refractor could start up a grading company, and it would be better than all of them.
Yeah,
like for real. But here's the thing, right? By the way, he just got in like an order of like, I don't know, it was this insane amount of gold refractors and X-fractors from like the mid 2000s or whatever.
Yeah,
boxes upon boxes upon boxes.
I saw that.
I was like, dude. Yeah, you know what, Mike Trout? I made that decision at the end of the year last year, and it's been very healthy. I guess in some degrees, I think we all probably have some type of an addictive personality, right? And cards helps us manifest that without like killing ourselves. with like booze and whatever else. So like, I totally get it, and I gotta tell you, man, from sort of selling off a lot of my stuff and doing some other things with that money, it was the right choice. I'm not regretting it. You know what I mean? And I still got cards. I mean, God, I still got cards everywhere, but like, not sitting there thinking like, oh, okay, you know what I mean? Like really looking at some of this stuff and going, like, why am I holding on to this?
Yeah, that's where I'm at
You
too.
know?
Especially anything that isn't Rockets, because I don't even watch. I mean, there's a couple of games that I'll watch right outside of the Rockets. I'll watch anything that the Clippers are doing right now, because they're pretty exciting. I'll watch Steph. I'll watch a handful of guys. I watch Luka anytime he's on. But for the most part, bro, if it's not a Rockets game, I'm typically not watching. So why am I holding on to this Kobe Jones rookie card? Like,
right?
What is this? Right?
Right.
This represents $2 that's sitting here that I could probably do something with. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, like these Leaf autographs. Like, why am I holding on to these Leaf autographs? Like, what am I going to do with this? I'm hoarding at this point.
Wants them.
Yeah, I'll put them on there for $2 and then see what happens, right? But see, stuff like this though, like this Special Forces force field Scottie Pippen, that's worth holding on to in my opinion. But yeah, man, I mean, I'm with him, dude. It's like, what are we doing here? Why are we holding on to all this stuff? What's
By the way, that card capsule thing you sent me?
Yeah.
Or they sent me, or whoever the hell sent it to me.
Full shout out to Card Capsule.
Card capsule. So the owner has been messaging me on Instagram.
Yeah. That's how he communicates. That's the best way to get him.
Hey, that thing is legit,
dude. I'm telling you, it's a fucking tank.
It's a tank, and it holds. Like, I was able to condense 2 cases into that thing.
Oh, like 2 cases that you had previously.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
So you thought you had a good case.
Yeah.
And then Card Capsule sends you their case, and it's like, no, buddy. This is
now I have a better case. But then as I was loading that up, I was like, oh boy. Like, I gotta purge.
Yeah.
Some my baseball cards too, a little bit, like I'm trying to move through the basketball and hockey right now, because that's where I'm most like, the basketball, it is what it is. Like, I don't watch the NBA today. It sucks. And I can't, obviously Michael Jordan stuff is what it is, right? Hockey, I'm trying really hard to get back into it, but I can't. Like, the Bruins, like, after their major friggin' meltdown last year, I was like, you know what? I'm tired of this shit. I am tired of it. Tired of spending money going to the games. Tired of spending money to watch your asses on TV. You choke, you losers. I've had it. So I just can't get back into it.
Tell them how you really feel, man.
I'm telling everybody. You know what I mean? And then it's like, I'm trying to get into the Red Sox, man. They're worth like $9 billion, and they're spending money like they're the Florida Marlins. It's pathetic. Like, total joke. Everything, all the teams I like suck. So whatever.
It gets tough, right?
It's awful. I don't know how people do it. Like, I don't know how the hell people can be like a Pittsburgh Pirates fan. Like, you have no shot ever. I couldn't handle that.
That's the beauty of it, though. The beauty of it is being a fan when they suck.
I've been a Sox fan my whole life.
I know. You know
what I mean? But now I'm accustomed to winning. I don't want to this basement stuff isn't like, I don't have time for that. You know what I mean?
Right.
Win.
Goran, dude, I found this Goran Dragic auto. I didn't even know I had this. I've been pulling Wemby's like crazy. Dude, Wembanyama's gonna be. Dude, I've been pulling Wemby's like crazy.
Hoops.
Yeah, hoops. I got some hoops. I got some Donruss. I got some Prism. I pulled a couple of Prism Wemby's. A few of them I got sitting over at PSA right now, which I'm probably gonna get murdered on. Yeah, dude, I got that one on my PSA sub. Video's coming out tomorrow, but a little sneak peek. PSA 6 on this thing. Everything else was a 9 or a 10. and then I get this 1/6. So I
I
got
love
my little loop out, and I'm gonna do a video on this because
You gonna loop it up?
I'm gonna loop it up. This is ridiculous, bro. Absolutely ridiculous. There's no way that there should be that much of a gap. And it's just nonsense. I don't understand it. It's absolute nonsense. But
All right.
what are you gonna do? They reign supreme. You said you've been buying some stuff. What did you buy here recently?
I bought some Red Sox prospects.
Okay.
A couple of autos I felt were way too cheap. So I grabbed a couple of those. I had to laugh. What was I going to show you? I got these like dudes like overseas.
Yeah.
That like people overseas are crazy for cards, by the way.
They really are.
So I got these dudes, good dudes, real good dudes. But like they don't stop messaging me like, "Hey, what else you got? Hey, what else you got?" And I'm like, "Dude, I appreciate it, but like I can't keep up. Like I gotta work. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, because most likely they're hitting you up.
Not even in the country, bro. Like, leave me alone.
They're hitting you up at their evening, which is like your day, right?
Yeah.
So it throws
like
everything
4
off.
in the morning. I'm like,
right.
Yeah, but like, hey, it's been good. Like, I met some cool people. But I've just been buying some baseball prospects.
Okay.
There's a couple of cards. I've been trying to work a deal for a card I need for a set. This guy just came out of the woodwork one day, and the card's priced fair, but I don't want to spend the money. And then we were trying to trade, and he wants a Griffey that I have.
Okay.
Which is fine. I'll trade it, but the problem is it's worth more than the card he has.
Right.
But he wants to trade straight up.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, no, man. Like, all right. This is the last thing I want to talk about. Because I gotta get to bed. I'm exhausted.
Yeah, I gotta do the same.
Have you? I'm wondering. I'm starting to wonder the long-term. What's the word? I don't want to say health because I think they'll still be strong, but like the long-term ability of some of these sites that offer trading. Like I find on Arena Club, I get all kinds of trade offers every day, dude.
Yeah, same.
And I counter back some on cash.
Yeah.
Immediately rejected.
Oh yeah. Same here.
Immediately.
Yeah.
And I'm like, it's a $15 fucking card. Like, just give me the $15, you cheap fuck.
Okay. Well, so hold on. I did the same thing, right? So I sent this guy a totally lopsided trade. He had a one of those upper deck Kobe Bryant warm up.
Yeah.
By all intents and purposes, $80 card, $100 card.
Yep. I just sold one of those, a KG Kobe.
Oh, okay. And this one was Kobe by himself. Purple piece of a warm up.
Yeah.
I sent him maybe like $130 worth of trades. But trades, because whenever I send somebody a trade request, I always look at their showroom to see what they have.
Yeah, you gotta play the game.
Yeah. More importantly, like to see what they label their categories as.
Yep.
Just to kind of see what their work. And then the other thing I like about Arena is that you can actually look and see if they minted the card, or they bought the card, or if they traded for it, right? Because everything's on a blockchain there. It's on a ledger. So the way I figure it is if they're using the same approach I'm using, is that they put the card on there. If they minted the card, it's because they put it on there to sell or trade.
Sure.
But if they traded for it, that means that they want that card. They wanted that card. So they made a deal for it. They either bought it or made a deal for it. So I try to look at their showroom and try to decipher like what they like based on those attributes.
I like that.
I sent him nothing but stuff that he has himself had either bought or traded for. and something that can go in one of the categories that he actually created, right? So like he had created some categories. I sent him like $130 worth of stuff. He had the card listed for like $80 or $75 or something like that. And he counters right away, no trades, all cash. And he's like $70. And I'm like, dude, I just sent you $130 worth of shit, right? Like do the lopsided trade. Like you could come out better if you do the lopsided trade. Nope, rejected, cash only.
Yeah.
I'm like, damn it, man.
So my question,
any cash.
Right. My question to you is, do you think that's going to turn people off?
I don't think that's going to turn people off because there also has been flip sides where I've sweetened the pot on a deal by just throwing in $5 or throwing in $10.
Yeah.
You know, I get a trade rejected. I'll resend the same trade with a $10 flip.
So that's where I like my card post on that, because Mark has given you all kinds of options. Like you can turn your cards off that you don't want to trade. You can have trades on. You can have offers on your cards. You can have selling only. Now they just rolled out some feature where like you can put I'm buying, and you can create like I'm buying this only. Don't waste your time. I want
anything else.
You know what I mean? Which I think is really cool. Like he's put some thought into it. But I'm wondering, like for me, like the stuff I have on there, like I think I am going to call back the Ohtani that I traded for.
I got to recall a couple of cards too.
I think, you know what? Let me look here real quick.
I traded for an 89 hoops Jordan PSA 8, which was pretty dope.
I keep looking at your stuff to try to make a trade with you, and you got to get some stuff on there that I can trade for, because right now your stuff that you have on there, I don't want.
You don't want, but I get a bunch of trade off. Dude, you know what people have been sending me offers for is a bunch of Kevin Porter Jr. stuff. I don't what is did he like make a comeback or something? Yeah, dude. It's like, is he making a comeback or something? Like, am I missing something here? What's going on?
I don't know. Let me find this card. Hang on.
What is this guy sending me? Yeah, I need to do some recalling also. Because
here it is. All right. So they graded this. I'm gonna pull this over here.
Yeah, pull it up.
And then where the hell is this? Share screen. All right. So here you go. They graded this thing Arena 10.
Straight dime piece. Okay.
9.5 centering.
Yeah. Dude, so don't you just love that? That's badass, man.
This is within PSA standards.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Edges, 9.5.
Edges are crispy. Corners are crispy. Surfaces flawless.
So, like, to me, see, this is 40. Yeah. So, like, this, I would send this to PSA.
Yeah. Even there, 48.52. That's still good.
This is a pretty good. So anyway, like I traded for this. I'm gonna.
You're gonna recall it. Or you're gonna submit it and see what it does.
Yeah. Yep.
I got a handful of cards that I want to do that with too. Just to test out the back and forth, right? Like the crossover possibilities.
Hey, so while we're here, if anybody's on Arena Club, get on there and offer me some trades. Here's my showroom, JD's house.
Hold on, go back down. Hold on, right there. Up, right there. Why won't you trade me that Estrellas?
Because I don't have that. I need that.
What do you mean you don't have that? You need that. You have it in your showroom.
I have the regular one, and now I have the rules card.
Oh, you're saying you need it for a set that you got?
I just have it because I have the other one in a 10. Now I have this one.
I know, but what I'm saying is that you need that one for a set, is what you're saying.
It's not really a set. It's Mike.
I get that.
You know what I mean?
I think I tried to make you a trade for that, and you denied me.
Yeah, you offered me like you and a cigar. How about How about? Oh, all right. You know what? I wanted to tell you. Dude, you don't like Nate Thurman, huh? Isn't that your boy?
Nah. I like that Stockton though. Stockton ain't bad.
Yeah, dude. Look at some of this shit in here.
Dude, you got some
AI
pretty decent
refractor.
stuff. Look at that Kevin McHale right there. That's an all right one.
That's a Kevin McHale rookie card, bro.
I know. But you got it at $40. What's it going for? Because see, look, the other thing I'm not seeing on yours is I'm not seeing any flames, buddy. Which tells me that your prices are too high, brother.
Well, let's see here. 35.80. I don't know. I priced it.
Last sale was $35.
Okay, so here we go.
So we need some flames on that one right there. See, there you go. Good. That's a good price.
Shit. You know,
there you go. You know what? I did that the other day. I went through a lot of my cards that some prices had shifted around on, and I adjusted the prices. Bro, I started selling like crazy again.
Yeah, I just don't have the time. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I hear you.
But you can make an offer on every card too.
Look at that Ray Allen.
Ooh,
hey, look at that one. Hey, look at that one. Okay.
Game worn, baby.
No, it's not. Let me see. Click on it. Is it really?
Yeah, game worn. That's why I sent it in. This was solely to trade with you. The enclosed game worn materials.
Interesting.
I send that in to trade with you specifically.
Yeah, but I don't have anything that you want. That's the problem.
I know. That's what I'm saying. You gotta go out and work, son. These are those. This is that error card with Michael Jordan on it.
Yeah, the one with Jordan on it.
Yep.
Yeah, those are pretty good.
For those of you that are watching, see, this is a great price. Allen Iverson game worn. That's all I got left for basketball, huh? Damn.
Yeah, you ain't got much, buddy. You got a lot of.
Oh, you know why? I know why. Here it is. Here you go. 90s basketball.
Paul Pierce. I got that Barkley already. Paul Pierce SP, huh? I got that round ball already.
This is a sick card right here, man. This NBA 50th and a 9.5.
Yeah.
That's like impossible.
That's tough to get because the whole front of it's foil.
Yep.
That's a pain in the nuts to get, dude.
Yep. And it's
I'm surprised you didn't get any surface dings on that.
Yep. It was a clean card. This is a nice card. This is your boy.
Yeah, I got one of those already.
You got this one refractor too?
Not refractor.
Yeah.
That 40th. Look at old Tim Duncan right there. That's a good one too.
Timmy Dunks.
Dude, you got a lot of you sent in a lot of inserts, which were pretty good.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, but I think the reason why you're not getting a lot of offers, dude, is because you ain't got no flames there, brother.
Yeah, I know. I mean, it's just a matter of going back in and
Kenny said, "Let's make a deal."
Who?
Jump in, Kenny. Make it happen, dude.
Yo, Kenny G, son, offer up some trades, dog. Yeah. I'm tired of looking at this shit. Trades, cash, whatever.
You know what? You know what Arena needs to do? Arena needs to do a thing where, much like my card posts, where they say, because a lot of times I've found that, like, there'll be a card that I want, like I'll find a card on Marketplace, and I'll be like, man, I really want this card, and I'll go to the guy's showroom and I'll do my due diligence on the guy, and one of two things: either the guy doesn't have a really large showroom and he's just been buying, so I can't really tell what he likes, or he has a nice showroom and I don't have anything to offer him that I think he or she would like. I keep saying he, but might be some women on there too. No, let's face it, it's a bunch of fucking dudes on there. And so I have nothing to offer him. Like I don't know what to offer him. What I would like for him to do is for me to be able to ping him or nudge him or poke him, old school Facebook style, and tell him like, hey man, I really like this card. I hate to put the onus on you, but if you got time, take a look at my Marketplace and see if there's anything that you'd like that you'd be willing to trade me for, maybe a little trade and some cash.
Sure.
Because I'm just looking at your showroom, I don't even know what to offer you. And I think that would open up a lot more trading in that respect.
Agreed. But Kenny, I'll say this though, man. Like, I priced those cards last July or whatever. When did we do that promo with them?
Yeah. There's a little laziness involved there, Kenny G. Let's not get it twisted, buddy.
Like, I mean, you can offer. There's no. So if the thing's $50 and you want to offer me 20, offer me $20. The worst I can do is reject it. You know what I mean?
That's
Like,
true. That's true.
Like, and the other thing is like they gotta somehow sync up with Mascot, but that's the hard part there too, is because you got to send your shit to them.
Yeah, that wouldn't work with them.
I know it wouldn't. That's why I just said that, because
that wouldn't work with them. If they were just like I don't know, just another selling platform, that might work. But the whole beauty of what you do with Arena is that the moment you buy something, it's in your showroom like instantly.
I'll adjust. Listen, I'll get on there and I'll adjust prices on my Arena stuff, and we'll revisit this next week and see if anything happened. But you know, I'm just like the trading stuff is cool and all. It just gets like I don't want Wander Franco cards. The dude's going to prison. You know what I mean? Or he's gonna kill himself. One or the other. Like, I don't want his cards.
You have the same issue with Wander Franco that I have with KPJ.
You know?
Like, yeah, the guy's going to jail. Like, he's gonna end up somebody's bitch in 6 months. Like, what are we doing?
Does it say Jackass's showroom? You know what I mean? Like, and then the other thing, this is the last thing I'm gonna say for the night, because I find this to be the most amusing thing on the planet. And I think like some people get fired up with this, but I actually laugh. When you list your cards on eBay and the thing hasn't even been up there for like an hour, and you get a message, "Hey man, what's the lowest you'll take on this card?" Bro,
I just put it up there, bro. Relax.
It hasn't been up for an hour.
Dude. I listed a card for $115, right? Reasonably priced on market price. This guy sends me like within 40 minutes, sends me an offer for $15. Right? Sends me an offer for $15.
What'd you list it for?
$115. Oh. And he sends me an offer for $15, right? So I sent him a message back. I reject his offer, and in the comment box, I go, I'm going to give you another shot at this.
Yeah.
Because there's no way that you think that you're going to get this $115 card for $15. You must have fat fingered something.
Yep.
So I'm going to give you another shot. So try again. And the guy's screen name is "You Don't Know Jack." That's the guy's screen name. And I started to get, but I was just
I have noticed, like, there are definitely it seems to be increasing the amount of either like scammers or like noobs that are just out there on eBay now.
I would imagine it's noobs.
You know, like, it's crazy. Like, I have a card on there similar to like the 115. I have a card on there, and the guy's like, last two comps are this and this. Now, first of all, it's a Kevin Garnett rookie card that's like pretty rare and graded, and it's really tough to grade and all this other shit. So I'm like, that's odd. I didn't know 2 of these sold in the last month. There hasn't been a sale in a year.
There isn't even 2 of them out there.
So I'm like, where did you? It's like, show me these comps, bro.
Yeah.
So he sends me the old eBay solds, and I'm like, dude, those aren't paid for. Like, I'm not like, no.
Yeah.
So I'll tell you what, I think market value for this thing is like $125. I'm willing to do that if you want to do that. Oh, no. I was thinking like 50. I'm like, 50.
Well,
I'm like,
where did you come up with that?
Right. Yeah. Good luck.
Yeah.
Good luck, man. So
anyway, thanks for no thanks.
Well, listen, man, great to be back in the country, even though I'm sick. Right. My wife is feeling a little bit better, but
good.
You know, the Bahamas, dude, it was freezing in the Bahamas.
How was that possible?
So like we sailed out of Fort Lauderdale on Monday night. Seas were like rough as hell. people were like, I'm like, damn it, like calm down. Like I don't know why, like in the ocean, I'm like at peace. Like it doesn't bother me.
Right.
But like if that was a jet plane like that, dude, I would have lost my shit. Like I
Yeah.
probably would have died. But like anyway, so the second day we're at sea. It was so windy, cold. We get to the Coco Cay joint. It was like 45 knots, just whipping wind, freezing. Then we got to Nassau on Thursday, and it was actually nice. But Nassau is like it's like you get off the boat and you go to those shops and everybody friggin',
Price gouges you.
buy this, buy this, buy this.
Yeah.
And that was it. And we ended up just getting sick. Good stuff.
So recommendations, you recommending like, because that was your first cruise,
That
right?
was my first cruise ever.
So you doing it again or no dice?
No. Well, I don't want to say no. It was cool. Like
Right.
I enjoyed not having to do anything.
Yeah.
Like no cell phone. I didn't have
Right.
to pay for any food.
Yeah.
Like
That's always
nada,
good. Yeah.
nada.
Yeah.
Had it been warm and I wasn't sick, it would have been the greatest thing ever.
Would have been way
But
nicer. Yeah.
it was shitty. You know
So it's
what I
one of
mean?
those things that everybody should experience at least once, maybe twice, if you didn't like it.
Yeah, and then we were pricing out like the next like a potential vacation down the line on like the new cruise ships that are out.
Yeah.
They want like $15,000 for like a week.
Yeah.
I'm like, what? I'm like, I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Yeah. My wife and family are still trying to convince me to go on one, and I don't see it in my future.
I'm telling you, dude, if it was like warm, it's a hell of a time. It's a hell of a time.
Did you get seasick at all?
No, I don't. I told the ocean doesn't bother me. Like,
okay, yeah, it doesn't bother me
I
either.
do a lot of fishing and stuff, so like,
Same.
I'm like, whatever.
Yeah,
like,
I've gone offshore.
Yeah,
2 or 3 night tuna runs.
If that had been a plane rocking like that, I would have sweating like
for
heart
sure,
palpitations. Like, it's just not good. Not good.
Well, glad to have you back, buddy. We'll kick this thing off proper.
Yep.
I think I like this time. Time's good.
Yeah, it's perfect.
Time works out good. I'm about to go drink a bottle of water and hit the sack, and then we'll catch up with everybody.
Right.
Wow. I don't know what Bobo was talking about right there.
Yeah, Bobo, I don't know where you live, but you might want to consider moving.
Either that or get a picture, because there's a lot of people that are still looking for that guy.
Yeah, you get that picture, you make some cash.
That's right. Thanks everybody for hanging out with us for a little while. We'll be back next Sunday. I got a handful of videos that are already loaded for this coming week, including me trying to figure out why the hell I got a 6 on this PSA.
Yep.
Because I just don't see it. I don't see it. We're gonna break out the old loop and we're gonna break out the old microscope and see what's going on.
Oh wow. Nice.
Yeah, dude. I'm going CSI, baby. I'm going full CSI Horatio on that ass.
Horatio Kane out the back of the Hummer. All right.
That's right. That's right.
With Natalia.
The one-liners and the glasses.
Yeah,
we're going hard, dude. So a lot of cool stuff coming out this week, and then I'm trying to find some more product. I don't know what else is coming out this week. I'll try to figure that out, but I'm gonna continue to buy product and open up product like an idiot. So we'll keep that moving. All right, thanks everybody. We appreciate you guys. If you haven't already, hit the like button on the stream, and I promise I'm gonna do a better job of trying to promote this thing throughout the week, because I completely forgot. I'm not gonna lie to you. Till this morning when I text you,
man, we're busy people.
I was like, oh shit, we're going live tonight. It's like,
yeah.
That's why when you were like, oh dude, I'm sick, man, I was like, oh shit, cool, don't worry about it. We'll do it next week. But you powered through it, so
all right, bro.
All right, thanks everybody. We'll catch you guys later. Love y'all. Peace. And